So it is currently 4 AM here in the UK and I'm at Leeds Bradford Airport because today I'm going to be flying to Dublin Ireland for breakfast. As usual, I'm going to do the trip in one day. So my flight leaves from here in Leeds to Dublin in a couple of hours and my flight back is later on this afternoon. So I only have a few hours in Dublin to find the best breakfast, try it out and make it back in time for my flight. So will I succeed? Or will I fail miserably like I have done in some of my previous challenges? Let's head to Dublin and find out. Security took a little longer than expected. Who knew it would be so busy this early in the morning? I guess everyone's getting their flights at 4 AM. So security took so long that my flight is already boarding. I'm at gate number 9. Right, let me tell you a little bit more about my flights while I'm heading to the plane. So my flight leaves at 6 AM and gets into Dublin at 7 AM. My flight out of Dublin is at 2:30 later on this afternoon. So I only have maybe about 7 hours to get my challenge done. But you do have to factor in that I have to get to the airport early for security and travel to and from the airport. So I probably only have about 4 good hours in Dublin. And we're finally boarding and we get to walk directly up to the plane, which I think I prefer. I'm sat near the back, so we get to board from the back. Morning. So there doesn't look to be many people on this flight, which means I get the whole row to myself. And I even get the window seat too. And I've made it to Dublin. So the flight landed on time. It's currently about 7 o'clock, which means I've got the full time available for my challenge today. It's a bit of a long walk to passport control though. I've been walking for about 10 minutes.
Picture page face down. Yeah, I've done. Yeah. Keep your hand on it. Wait for your picture to go up. Still saying go back. Yeah. Saying go back. Maybe go out, try a different one.
I made it through without any issues. Okay, so the plan is head to the centre of Dublin, find a local person, ask them where I can get the best Irish breakfast, and then wherever they recommend, go and try it out. So I've actually been to Dublin before and I know there's a bus right outside the terminal that'll go right to the centre of the city. So let's go find that and buy a ticket. Hello, can I have a return ticket to the centre of Dublin, please?
Whereabouts? Do you know?
I'm not totally sure, just like in the centre, like however close the closest is to the centre.
Right, some people say centre,
Yeah.
and then for example go Burlington Hotel. It's not in the centre, it's on the outskirts. So, and it's different prices, so if you've got a rough idea where you want to be.
What I've come for is an Irish breakfast.
So O'Connell Street you want then, yeah?
Okay,
Single or return? And the boss is here already.
a return please.
12 please.
I've made it on board. Let's head to the centre of Dublin. Right, can I just ask, where do I get the coach back to the airport from?
The road.
Just across the street?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just drive. Thank you.
And I've made it to the centre of Dublin. I got off out of Connell Street, which was recommended to me by the person at the ticket office at the centre of Dublin. I have to say, I wasn't expecting this weather though. When I booked the flight, it said it was going to be cloudy and a bit of sunshine. Right now, it looks like it rained earlier on, and it could rain at any time. Okay, so the plan is to ask a local person where I can find the best Irish breakfast, and wherever they recommend, that's where I'm going to go. Right, let's ask here. Newsweek. I bet this guy is definitely going to know the best place for an Irish breakfast. Excuse me, can I just ask, do you know where I can find the best Irish breakfast in Dublin?
Well, that's all down to interpretation. The best. If you want a decent breakfast, see the big building on the left there?
Yeah?
Just take a left turn at that and go down that street on the right hand side. Anne's Bakery. Anne's Bakery.
Anne's Bakery.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So I guess the place I'm going to is called Anne's Bakery. Can't seem to find an Anne's Bakery, but there is a Boots though. Hello, excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Do you know where I can find an Anne's Bakery?
And bakery, I think it's further up. Further up to your right.
Further up to the right. Okay, thank you very much. So apparently it's a bit further up to the right, but just thinking about it, I'm not quite sure if a bakery is the first place that I'll think of for an Irish breakfast, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, so Anne's Bakery, here it is. Let's check out the menu. Hearty breakfast, 4 items with toast. I'm not quite sure if this was the place that I was looking for. This is the board on the other window, and that's not the Irish breakfast that I was hoping for when coming to Ireland. I think I'm going to ask someone else, because that place just looks like a standard cafe, something like Starbucks. Come on here.
anyway, the whole time I'm talking, I'm thinking this is the smiling monkey that lives in Santry.
Yeah.
Hello. Do you know where I can find the best Irish breakfast, like
Oh,
in
God.
Dublin?
Let me think. Anne's is probably Anne's, yeah.
Anne's Bakery again. I wasn't expecting that. I guess I'm going to Anne's Bakery. Okay, so Anne's Bakery, take 2. Hello, can I have the jumbo breakfast, please?
What would you like?
Right, so here it is, Anne's breakfast. Let me show you exactly what items I got. Okay, so with this breakfast, I got a rasher of bacon, 2 sausages, baked beans, an egg, some really tiny mushrooms, 2 hash browns, I think that's white pudding over there, and then black pudding underneath, and then I've got a couple of slices of toast, plus a cup of tea. Let's dig in. I think with this breakfast I'm going to start off with the sausage. So check this out. I got 2 in this breakfast and they're a decent size too. I think they've probably been cooked in the oven and not fried, but let's give it a try and see what it's like. Okay, so the outside has a slight snap to the skin. It's a really salty, meaty flavour on the inside, a good texture as well. It's a decent sausage. Next up, I want to go in for one of the hash browns. And these are usually one of my favourite things in any breakfast. I've gone all the way through it with my fork, but let's give it a bite. So you get a really nice crisp on the outside, it's really crunchy, the inside is soft, good potato texture, it's not totally mashed, but the outside with the fried potato flavour on there, it's delicious. Now I want to try out the mushrooms next. Now I don't know about you, but these are some of the tiniest mushrooms I've ever seen. Can mushrooms get smaller than that? Let's take a bite. I would describe these as like mushroom mini bites. They're so small, but nice mushroom flavour in the middle. You get a good sort of meaty bite to it, a nice springy texture. It's good mushroom. I'm going to go in for some of the bacon next. I've cut off a nice fatty bit from the end. You can see the fat running through it and the meat. It feels a little crispy too. Let's try it out. So that bit of the bacon was so fatty, it was almost creamy. It was like bacon cream that you got in that bite. The main part of it has got a great bite and chew, really meaty as well. Again, good bacon. Next up, this is an item that you don't normally see on many breakfasts. It's called white pudding. Check that out. It's kind of like a black pudding, but it's totally different. So I think this is a similar meat to a sausage. So the inside texture should be similar, and it's made from pork as well. Let's go for a bite of this. Okay, so that almost tastes like stuffing, like some sort of pork and sage stuffing. Have a look on the inside. The texture is similar too. So it's kind of a bready, thick, cakey texture. but it really does remind me of stuffing. But it's nice though. Moving on, we have the black pudding. Now if you don't know what this is, you probably don't want to know. Let's take a bite of it. Okay, so this black pudding is like the white pudding, but a deeper and richer flavour. A lot more sort of meaty and gamey. The texture's the same though. This black pudding is just as good as the white pudding. Okay, I think it's combo bite time. This first one is a bit of sausage, the black pudding, hash brown and runny egg. This I know I'm gonna like. Delicious. Next up, I've gone with the bacon, white pudding, mushroom, bit of beans and the egg as well. Let's try this out. And for the ultimate bite, I've gone for everything on the plate. Have a look at the size of that bite. It's already falling apart. Let's eat it before it all drops off the fork. What a great meal that was. Anne's Bakery is definitely much more than just a Starbucks, but that's what it looks like when you look from the outside, because all you can see are pastries and coffees. It's only when you go deep inside the store that you can see the canteen area, and that's where they serve the breakfast. And a good breakfast it is as well. Recommended by 2 local people. I can see it's probably a local favourite. So the total cost of that meal was €9.99, including the tea, which I think is great value. Okay, it's almost time for me to head back to the airport, but just before I do that, I wanted to come check out the river that runs through the centre of Dublin. Right here behind me, it's called the River Liffey. This is turning out to be a better day than I thought. Even the sun's come out. I guess this is a successful day after all. Well, apart from I need to get back to the airport. So let's not count our chickens yet.
Are you flying with Ryanair as well? Yeah.
And I've made it on the bus. Let's head to Dublin Airport. And I'm back at the airport. Current time is 12:30, so perfect timing. Well, I'm glad I don't need to check in any baggage or check in at the desk. I've already checked in on the app, which means I could just go straight to security.
This is an important message. Please ensure you take off hoods and jackets. Boots and shoes covering the ankle must also be removed.
Security was quick and easy. I guess it's luck of the draw sometimes whether it's quick or not. Should I buy one of these as a souvenir? Irish rugby. So my gate's already come up. I'm at 107. I think I'm just going to head straight there. I like a moving floor escalator. It feels like I'm travelling at twice the speed, because I am. Something tells me I'm getting a little closer to my gate. Gate 107. I think this is it. Let's go find a seat. And we're boarding. And we get to board from the outside again, which I'm growing to like. And I get to board from the back, which means I'll get to walk around the whole plane.
Taken. Very good care of you in the cabinet's cabman Kiara. She's assisted by Naomi, Daniel, and Lauren. We're ready to go now. Flight time today is 40 minutes and we're going there at 27,000 feet.
And we are back in Leeds. Back where we started this morning at 4 AM. So that was a quick flight, about 50 minutes. It's about 4 o'clock right now, so 12 hours exactly since I was here this morning. Just to tie up a few loose ends, I'll go through the prices. So the cost of the flight to Dublin was £16. The flight back was £13. The bus from Dublin Airport to the centre of the city, return €12. And the cost of the breakfast, €9.99. So all in all, a cheap day out. I hope I get more of these. Okay, if you like the video, click on the thumbs up icon below and click on subscribe to come along for the next food journey, and I'll see you there.